Thanks for listening to Exploring the Wine Glass podcast, the podcast for people who love wine. I'm Lori Budd, a UC Davis winemaking program and WSET Level 2 graduate. You can find Exploring the Wine Glass on all the socials as well as your favorite podcast catchers. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. I promise I'll never tell you what to drink, but I'll always share what's in my glass. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Exploring the Wine Glass. I am trying something a little different today. A bit more editing and trying to do segues into a conversation. Because, I have so much extra time on my hands, why not do more editing? So please, let me know what you think about today's episode by hitting me up on social media, and please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review. Hi everybody! Welcome to Wine Writers Wrap Up on this very special night, February 29th, and it is Open That Bottle Night. And Amber is the reason why we are all here tonight, because as she was driving home yesterday, she called me and suggested this, and of course, I thought it was a great idea. And thank you everybody for joining me tonight. So we're going to start off with a brief introduction of everybody, and then we will get into what we're drinking. So Nick, you're actually the big screen for me right now, so we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Nick, wine comm guy. I work in marketing with wineries, and I'm a WSET diploma student.
Ooh, that was quick. Debbie.
Saturday, very quick Saturday.
Deb?
I'm Debbie Giaquinto. I'm a certified specialist of wine and a wine location specialist in Portland, Champaign. I write under HudsonValleyWineGoddess.com, and I'm author of a book called Tapping the Hudson Valley, Day Trips and Weekend Itineraries, Visiting the Hudson Valley Wine Region, and I'm co-host with Lori on Wine for Bet Street, and you can find us at WineForBetStreet.com.
Yay! And Jim?
Hey, I'm Jim Van Bergen. I write KVB Uncorked, which is one of the top 100 wine blogs in the world. And I specialize in putting together small winemakers with their super fans.
And Amber and David, yay!
Hi, so we're Amber and David, and we write Wine Travel Leads. We specialize in pretty much the Napa Valley. And we're here and excited for tonight to see what everybody's drinking and to share some good wine with some good friends.
And I'm Lori. I am your host. I write under Exploring the Wine Glass, and my husband Michael and I own Dracaena Wines. We specialize in Cabernet Franc from Paso Robles. So first of all, thank you everybody for joining, and thank you Amber for calling me yesterday and coming up with this fantastic idea. I absolutely love it. I love being around my wine writing friends anytime, but on Open That Bottle Night, it seems to be one of those wine holidays that people should be together and enjoying a bottle. So this is as close as we're going to get.
The final Saturday of February is a day that many wine lovers look forward to. I, however, have some mixed emotions about the day. Known as #OTBN on social media, or Open That Bottle Night, was created by tasting columnists Dorothy Gator and John Brecher. The original concept was developed to give us enophiles a reason to open the bottle that has been sitting in our cellar collecting dust because we have, for some reason or another, declared it too special to open on what is a normal day. So in the late 1900s, Dorothy and John, who you can follow on Instagram as Dottie and John, were wine critics writing for the Wall Street Journal. And they knew that too many people keep wine as a prized possession and wait too long to open it. There is the obvious that maybe the wine isn't as good as it is expected to be, but there is also the more morbid adage of if you wait too long, you may not be around to savor that sip. So I know it's kind of a depressing concept, but every morning you wake up, you really have no idea what will happen, and sadly, you may not have another day. Then that wonderful wine you were coveting will be consumed by another.
So let's get to what we are drinking. So Amber, David, what do you guys have first off?
What do we have, David?
I want to go grab it.
Okay.
It is Sagrantino. It's from Italy.
Oh,
Can we hold it up to the camera?
Oh.
See if that works.
there it is.
Not very camera friendly.
I can see it.
It is.
Okay. It's a 2009. And it is from, oh, this is what I brought back from Italy.
Yes, so you brought it back from Italy.
Oh
yes.
my God! No wonder it's so good.
Yes.
So this is one of the wines I brought back. Literally had it shipped from Italy. Absolutely beautiful. I bought it in the Umbria region of Italy, and absolutely gorgeous wine. This is one of the bigger wines in Umbria, right outside of. Oh my gosh. Where did I go, honey?
I don't know.
My
You were the one who went there.
My brain is going. Sorry, guys.
And the winery is called Adante. Yeah. And the wine is called Archetta. And so it's made from the Sagrantino grape.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Very lots of leather and really dark fruit. It's beautiful. Well, it's had 11 years to improve, so
Right.
it is really tasty.
Tasting beautiful, nice, smooth, and lush wine. It's at its absolute peak right now. It needs no aging whatsoever. You probably
And it's our last bottle. So,
and it's our last bottle.
so you if
Deb, what do you have? You've got a group of
Well,
them.
I've got actually 3 bottles because it's after 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. And we started probably about 5 o'clock. And we started with the schooner. And I opened it because I was making schnitzel, which is a veal cutlet with mushroom sauce. And I needed a half a bottle of wine. Or not half a bottle, a half a cup.
Like
So
what?
that's what I opened. I thought I'd keep it within sort of a region. And then after that, we opened another bottle of Gruner. Same winemaker, different area in Austria. We opened up a really nice Pinot Noir from Oregon, Airy Vineyards. And I have to tell you that this winemaker of the vineyard at Slow Wine. But that had nothing to do with me pulling this out of my wine cellar. I was looking, and I just pulled the bottle, and this was it. And
Nick, what do you have?
I have the 2007 8. It's from Priorat. It is 95% Carignana and 5% Grenache. Absolutely stunning wine. I actually bought this when I was living down in San Diego with the ex that led me into the wine industry. So that's why I opened it.
Ah, see, there's multiple reasons to open.
Here.
And Jim, what are you drinking?
Tonight it is the Pouilly Montrachet from Pierre-Cohn Moret. Can you see that?
nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So this is a 2013 from Colin Moret.
Very nice.
One of my favorite wine Burgundy makers, and I had half a case of this squirreled away. I've got a couple bottles left, but it is showing beautifully. It's got this lovely color to it.
Yes.
God, it's so gold and beautiful.
Yeah, it's really evocative and it's beautifully evolved, and I'm pleased that it's still doing okay at this age.
I am drinking Mooney. It is also a Pinot Noir, and it's a 2014. The reason why I'm drinking it is it just is memories with friends. While we were, it's on the Creston Trail, and I was with some friends that are originally from New Jersey, that while we were in Lompoc, we were in a tasting room in Lompoc years ago, and we just were talking about the wine, and the people next to us were talking about how they were from New Jersey. And of course, being the shy person that I am, I started talking to them. And so we've been friends ever since. And it just is a day we went out and did like every winery on the Creston Trail.
Statistics do show that the majority of wine purchased is consumed within 72 hours. However, they are not the wine collectors of the world. They're the wine drinkers, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, collectors of wine are kind of the same as art collectors. They covet what they purchase, and just as an art aficionado hangs their paintings, wine lovers have a meticulously arranged wine cellar. Now, one of the major misconceptions of the evening of Open That Bottle Night is that in order to participate, you have to have some bottles that cost more than some people make in a week. And that is not true at all. The true objective isn't that you have to pick the most expensive bottle in your collection, nor does it have to need to be the oldest. Although, yes, that could be a reason to pick it. You can also choose one that has sentimental value, a bottle that will bring back memories when you purchased or received it.
Open That Bottle Night, the first thing I want to talk about is just asking you guys, how long have you been celebrating Open That Bottle Night? Is this the first time you're opening it or celebrating it? Have you been doing it on a regular basis? How long have we known about this holiday?
So I guess I was very, very lucky to start celebrating this 3 years ago. And finding out that there was such a thing. And for us, we don't open those special bottles. We hoard our bottles. And I said to David, wow, there's something called Open That Bottle Night. And people open up their special bottles that they've been hoarding. And it's a good chance for us because we never do that. We always open the, not so good bottles for us to drink these days because we're always drinking samples and whatever. So for the last 3 years, we have been hosting this evening with bottles that are actually special to us every year.
See, and that's beautiful because it reminds you of your trip. It reminds you of, someplace else. And I think that has more to do with what the night is. And versus, it doesn't need to be the $1,000 bottle, $500 bottle, whatever. It's a memory thing.
€8 or something?
So it was €8 and it was €10 to ship it. And I thought $18 for a bottle of wine to ship it to the U.S. that is this good. I would absolutely pay, $75 for a bottle of this quality here. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let me get a case of that. And in fact, I shipped 2 cases, which I should have done far more. And the first case that all of our friends, I had a party and all of our friends drank this wine and they were crazy over it. They're like, oh my gosh, how can I get this wine? I'm like, you can't. You have to go back there and get the wine. So this is our last bottle and we're very sad.
So, Deb, why did you choose your 50,000 bottles?
So, actually, to be honest with you, I think every night should be Open the Bottle Night because you shouldn't just leave stuff in there for special occasions because a lot of times it will just manifest its way to the other side of the bell-shaped curve. But the 2 Gruners that I opened because I needed it for cooking and what have you. But I went in to go get a Pinot Noir, and actually the first couple Pinots that I grabbed were Burgundies, and I didn't think that they were going to match the dinner. And I picked the Airy because I just happened to pull it out to 2016, and you have to understand I have a 100-bottle wine jail full of Pinot Noir from all over the world. So that is just what I picked.
It's a good reason as any. How long have you been celebrating Open That Bottle Night?
Every year, every day.
There you go. I like that answer. I like it. How about Nick? How long have you been celebrating Open That Bottle Night?
This is my first ever Open That Bottle Night.
Oh,
I'm a reporter.
you're no longer a virgin. Yay.
Yeah, no, like Amber said, I like to hoard bottles that mean things to me, and what I've noticed is when I've opened some later, they've crossed that bell-shaped line, and so I thought, well, hell, I'm going to be with friends, why not open this?
Sounds awesome.
Right.
All right, so
Yay.
I know you've been celebrating this holiday probably since its induction. But how long have you been celebrating?
I think I've been doing it off and on since 2010. So, this year, unfortunately, I didn't get to have a group over, but I'm celebrating in spirit with lots of good friends. I went to the Tre Bicchieri tasting yesterday and got to taste the latest rounds from Italy that are in New York right now. But I wanted to open something that was special to me, one of my favorite winemakers, one of my favorite wines. It's only made every couple of years by Pierre-Yves Paul-Marais. And I have a couple bottles of this on hand. I've got a couple of the 2013s. I have a bottle left of the 2014, and I think 2 bottles of 2016. We only mix Le Creuset in particular years where it's making sense. And it's one of the things that he makes that's actually affordable from a Pouilly Montrachet realm. So this is a super special for me, bottle, and one of my favorite. I like to say that white Burgundy is my personal crack. It's not really appropriate, but true.
I think it's everybody's crack. It doesn't get much better.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
No, it doesn't.
It would only be better if I were pouring some for you guys. If everybody could share with it. That's what I love the most about drinking wine is sharing.
And I
agree. Me too.
I think the wine community is a wonderful community. I think we all, when we can get together, it's always a great night. But I do have to say, Jim, you are probably the most generous person I know with your wine. Whenever I am with you, it is always an adventure of what you are going to open. And I can honestly say that you have exposed me to so many different wines that I would have never even had the opportunity or the thought to try. And you are popping those bottles without any concern, and you are...
Community is the best group to do that with. It's the people who will understand that what I'm about is trying to figure out, what a winemaker was doing and who are they making wine for and who are the people who would love it. This community are the people who will understand the most. This is what you could pair with that. This is when you would best serve. These are the people who would love it the most and can get that information out there. And so you guys appreciate it, After sharing the last little bit of the 1962 Banyuls that I had with Amber and David, I went back to the vendor who had it and said, I have to get another bottle because I don't know when it's going to happen again. And they finally found one more bottle. They said, this is out of my personal stash. And then he sold me a bottle of the 62. So I actually have another bottle in the cellar downstairs.
I think the point in the world is finding a bottle of wine that's older than I am was really quite remarkable.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually remember the very first time I celebrated Open That Bottle Night. Mike and I were, imagine this, we were in Atlantic City gambling. And I woke up and he wasn't ready to go down to gamble yet, and so I sat there on my phone doing a rant about Open That Bottle Night and basically stating that I don't get the concept of Open That Bottle Night because we should be able to open a bottle every night, that whatever we want. But like everybody else here, I have hoarded bottles and I still sadly hoard bottles that I think I want and I don't open. And the most recent one is
I have that problem.
my most recent one is a Clerc Mayon from Bordeaux that I am craving to open, but I'm on the fence because it's a baby, and I don't want to kill the baby. But
What year is it?
I have 3 bottles, so part of me wants to really open it, and part of me is like, let it sleep. So letting it sleep has won out tonight for another bottle, but
Lori, what's the age on that bottle?
it's only a 16. It is a baby.
Yeah.
But I also have a 10. I have a 2010. And that,
Ooh, no, that's first opening. Open.
yeah, but I only have one of the 10, and that's what I think is the problem with, well, at least with me, when you have these bottles that are so worthy or not worthy, you only have one, and I'm terrified to open it
That's
because
what the core of it is. Just take a taste, figure out if it's tasting good, and
that is a good idea. That is a good idea. The Coravin can come to my rescue.
Me on Open That Bottle Night is actually meeting Dorothy Gator and John Brather at a press trip, and meeting them, and they were obviously the creators of Open That Bottle Night, and the fact that right now they are, this particular one is so important for them because they're being honored by UC Davis right now for their contributions in the wine world, and they're being indoctrinated into their library at UC Davis. And they're doing a whole bunch of events. One of them is at Oxbow Market. And they are the most fabulous people. If you don't know who they are, John Brather, he was the editor of the New York Times, I believe, and he's won Pulitzer prizes. And they were basically the first wine writers on the scene. And it was their idea to open that bottle night. And we need to celebrate them and their contributions to the wine world and what they have brought to us, I think. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think it was a brilliant idea of theirs to come up with this concept because, like we all have said, and I'm sure we've all experienced, who hasn't held a bottle too long? You have that bottle, and then you finally open it, and you're like, ugh, I missed it. So they, and I remember I met her. I might have been a little geeky meeting her. It's you get a little fandom going on.
Oh, absolutely. I was like total fangirling, like, oh, it's so lovely to meet you on what? No, it was nice. It was nice, yeah.
Nick, do you remember when I was in New York and I texted you?
I do.
I was at an event in New York. I'm chasing hard, and I'm really good at taking the photos without letting people know you're taking the photo.
She's real good. She's super good at that.
I have many a Jedi under me who have learned to do that. But she was standing right next to me, and I was like, oh my God. And so what do? I go to Nick, text him a message. Oh my God, look who's next to me.
Right here, right? And they're so down to earth. They're so normal.
Yes.
And I spent a lot of time with them on a press trip, and they are just so normal and such wine lovers from the grassroots, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't you all agree?
I agree.
So how do you decide what bottle you're going to open? And how do you decide what bottle you are going to hoard? There's so much that goes into it. Some is the fear, and that you are going to open it too early, and some is that it was just such an expensive bottle. You know, you can't do that Wednesday night on a $400 bottle. But there's so much that goes into why you purchase a wine, and then why do you choose to store it versus drink it. Now, those Bordeaux's, they do last forever. And as I was talking, that 16 is such a baby. It'd be like Infanticide. But I'm craving it, and I do have 3 bottles. But when you only have one, you can't make a mistake. And I think that's what leads to the fear of keeping it in the cellar potentially too long. And now, a word from our sponsor. Did you know that Dracaena Wines now has a wine club? We named it the Chalk Club. Draco is on our label, but Vegas was getting a little jealous, so we decided he deserved to be our club spokesdog. In Las Vegas, betting chalk means that you are betting on all of the favorites. We are betting that we are one of your favorite wineries, so we thought the name was apropos. The club is simple, yet a bit different than most. When you wager on us, we will ship you 3 bottles of wine twice a year, once in April and once in September. You can choose all red or mix of red and rosé. You immediately receive 15% off of all your wine purchases throughout the year, but what makes our club stand out is the progressive discount. Let your club membership ride into the next year. Your discount increases. Each year you parlay your membership, you receive an additional 5% off up to a planned maximum of 25%. Your club shipments are discounted to a flat $15, plus we'll cover your club shipping cost for your second shipment. That's $15 house money in a sure bet for you. So please head to our website, DracenaWines.com, and find out all of the benefits of joining the Chalk Club and how to sign up. We've stacked the odds so that you can get our award-winning wines without breaking the bank.
What wines are you guys hoarding? Let's hear what wines are you guys hoarding. We are personally hoarding our 2000 Rothschild.
The Chateau Lafite.
The Chateau Lafite.
Oh,
What are you guys hoarding in your wine? It's like sacrosanct. There's a big
that's the Lorève,
and the Lorève and the Lorève. So what are you guys hoarding in your cellars that you're not opening? Let's hear it.
Nick, what are you hoarding?
I have, and I was supposed to open it for my 40th birthday, but I didn't, and I probably should. It's the 1980 Chateau d'Yquem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my birthday, my 40th was a big bust this year, so we didn't open it. So I'll just have to open it some other time. But I know that it's going to be just sneaky.
Yeah, we need to get together.
I chose not to open it tonight. No offense, guys.
How about you, Jim? You open everything.
Jim does open everything.
Oh, he's amazing.
I have 2 mixed cases of.
That was like the perfect cutout, Jim. We got 2 mixed cases of it and silence.
You guys have better sellers than I do. I think the oldest, I don't know, I wish I cataloged everything, but I have a 90, 98, 99 Goose Cross Eros. Probably my whole thing when we moved down here to South Jersey, we had lost a lot of our wine. I don't mean lost, but it turned to vinegar.
Oh.
So stuff that we had, and we have a cellar. You know, it's a refrigerated stuff. Now is drink it now. So we have, we'll pull from the cellar a 99, and like we pulled some Paul Vineyards, probably early 2000s, and we were just drinking it. And it was like, wasn't saving it for a special occasion because we did that. We saved it for the special occasion, and we lost out.
I hate when that happens.
Well, I have to honestly say we do not have very much in terms of big wines like that are open that bottle. Our biggest thing is we belong to the Cayuse newsletter or wine list. So when you belong to Cayuse, you have to buy a minimum of cases, and we just can't keep up with how much wine we have. So whenever we have a special occasion, it's always a Cayuse. And I mean, that's never wrong. Although we have some that we've tasted that have been past their prime. But since going to Bordeaux, I have fallen in love with Bordeaux, and I'm all for buying more Bordeaux. However, my partner in crime does not quite agree with that passion. So I have to buy a couple of bottles here and buy a couple of bottles there and sneak them into the cellar. And then we'll see when I get to open them. And hopefully he'll love them so I can just buy more bottles.
So how do you decide what bottle to open? That's my question. Mike and I have been into wine for a long time. When we first started dating, we didn't have any wine that really was worthy of holding on to. But since then, I can honestly say from experience that it hurts deep when you finally open a bottle that you have been cherishing and it is on the wrong side of that bell curve. You just want to kick yourself for missing out. And I wish I could say that we've learned from our mistakes, but unfortunately we have done it multiple times. But we are trying to fix that. And we are consciously trying to open bottles just because we feel like having a great bottle of wine. It's there to enjoy. It's not there to collect dust.
I am so thrilled that we were able to get together to celebrate Open That Bottle Night. Okay, last year was so amazing to be with you and with Anatoly and Stephanie. We had such a great time, and I hope that in the future we all can do something like this again, do something like in real life together. But does anybody have any final thoughts of Open That Bottle Night? Like if you had to say one thing to people about Open That Bottle Night, what would you say?
So I just said that I think there needs to be more awareness. So I think it's up to people like yourself to spread that word, because I think, again, a lot of people hoard. And, when you can be with friends, or whether it's virtual or in person, opening that special bottle, you can't take it with you. So, YOLO. Open that bottle.
I love collecting rare wines and old wines so that I can share them with people like you.
You are so sweet. I absolutely.
We appreciate them.
You know what, Jim? I adored you from the very first moment that I met you. But as I said, you are by far the most generous person with your wine that I have ever met, and you're eclectic in what you have. So it's
very true.
It's very when I see you, I never know what's going to be opened. It's never. It is an adventure. It is an adventure, and a beautiful adventure at that.
It's always fun.
And David, how about you and Amber? Any final words on Open That Bottle Night?
Are from the Sassoon Valley. Hearing more from goes on, and this Vieser, this 2015, is beautiful. Sassoon Valley is known for their
Petit
Syrah, and they're producing some gorgeous wines. So please come down and taste the wines here. Completely new but old vineyards.
And there's a great variety between the cheap and good, cheap and terrible, expensive and good, expensive and terrible.
I love that, expensive and terrible. I think we've all had some of that. We always end our Wine Writers wrap up with a riddle. All right, so here's my riddle. A man passed away on his 25th birthday of old age. How can this be? It's a short riddle.
Sorry, could you say it again?
It'll be 65.
A man passed away on his 25th birthday of old age. How can this be?
It was a dog.
It's a man. But I like to think outside the box.
He was born on February 29th.
Oh my God, a 25-year-old dog would be amazing.
Well, being born on leap year would absolutely do it.
There you go, Jim. I thought it was the perfect riddle for tonight. He was born on February 29th, so he was actually 100.
There you go.
Nick is like, wah, wah.
Well done.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
Good
I
luck,
worked
Jim.
hard on that riddle for tonight. It was very specific for today. Enjoy the open bottle night, everybody. Okay? And we will talk. Amber, thank you very much for thinking of this concept. It was wonderful to be together on this night. And love you guys.
We love you.
So with all the positive that wine brings to our lives, I now ask you, why are you saving a bottle for a special occasion? You can make any night a special occasion if you are sitting and enjoying the wine with loved ones or friends. Or hell, your dog, if he makes you happy. I get it. You were out of your mind one day and threw all caution to the wind and paid more money for that bottle than you do for food in a month. But special occasions are made by you, not the wine. So make today the last time you have to celebrate Open That Bottle night. And live each day as if it's your last. Drink that dang bottle of wine you dream about and whenever you want. Don't wait for the special day to come to you. Reach out and grab the day by the horns and make any day your special day. Sláinte! This has been another episode of Exploring the Wine Glass. Thanks for listening. If you have suggestions on what topics you would like me to discuss, please reach out on social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as Exploring the Wine Glass. I'm also on LinkedIn as Lori Hoyt Budd. Of course, you can always email me at exploringthewineglass@gmail.com. If you enjoyed our podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast catcher to help others find me more easily. Until next week, sláinte!